Hi everybody, Ken from Oz here. In response to quite a few people contacting me and just saying they really like my setup of my FILOFAX Malden D-ringed Moleskine hybrid organizing system, what I decided to do was they were inquiring about how I actually use my daily pages and what I do. So I thought I'd make a very quick video. It's not going to be everything I do, but just to give you a bit of an idea of how I go about organizing my week. So what I'm going to do is talk about the two sides of the page. In the Moleskine 12-month diary, I have the Monday to Sunday sections on the left, and then a blank page on the right, and just a little summary as well. I have mentioned I washi tape just the top and bottom of this page just to give it a bit of strength, because it's one that I flip over quite a lot. Now I've just covered up my appointment areas. I guess you'd understand that, and but you can sort of see a little bit of what I do on the side. Now, one of the reasons I went down to the pocket size from the A5 was that the A5, though I loved using it, was just way too big for my everyday carry. So what I did was reduce down my system as well, so that I've got everything in basically note form. Now, I made a big decision, especially with looking at my tasks, and I really tried to put a priority of 4 things, which actually works quite well in these sections here. And between you and me, I got a bit carried away when I had all that space in the A5, and I would just try and fill it up to reduce all the blank sections, and in a way it was to sort of show that I was being very productive. But what I was doing was over nominating the tasks. So in my day, and I am quite busy during my work day, I try to put just basically 3 to 4 things that I need to do per day, including reminders, and I'll get to those in a second. Long term, or things that are not exactly to be done that day, go on down on this list. Okay, you'll notice I'm using a bit of a bullet journal hybrid there, and I will talk about that as well. So I just want to quickly start then. So the beauty of having the diary, I can work well in advance, going all the way from the beginning to the end of the year. And as you can see, I've filled in bits and pieces as I've gone through when they come up, and that makes it quite convenient for me. And it's really good in this size that it's just really a flick of a page, rather than moving them across the rings and carrying so much of that A5 weight. I do a schedule. I do write the times of important things down. Sometimes I don't write the time if I know it's a regular thing and I know what part of the day it's on. So I don't do the time all the time, but you can see that I've written the time, and then beside that will be the very brief note of what it is. It could be an appointment or a meeting, or picking up one of my kids at school, or something like that. If you look up there, GOT, Game of Thrones, yes, yes, Game of Thrones. So that's just the reminder that it was screening at 11 AM in Australia, and it was a holiday, and I marked the holiday, which was the Monday, like that, just as a little visual reminder. This weekend is Mother's Day, so down here I've got another visual reminder of that occasion, and so on. So that's basically how I order it. Now, my week is more streamlined. It can get busier. I can utilize post-it notes and different things if I have a really busy day, but what I found was I was getting bogged down with too many lists of things, and really, to get everything done, I needed to basically just go down to 3 to 4 things and make them my priority. It has really changed my organization, and it has helped me to get more things done productively, rather than spend a lot of time doing the writing of the lists and not getting to the lists itself. Some days, for instance, going to the post office, that was the only thing I needed to do that day, and so on. I utilize the adhesive, very fine tags which are see-through, and I cut them down for this side and use them for longer notes on that side. I have a system where I have a green, hopefully that green comes up as green on the video. Green indicates a bill or something that I have to pay. A blue is a birthday or anniversary, and that grabs my attention quite well. Fire alarm. Hang on. They would check the fire alarms just during the video. Anyway, I'll keep going because have you had one of those days like me? Yes. Blue is an anniversary or birthday. Alright, let's keep going. Yellow is a priority task, so that means that if I've got to really get that done that day, and of course I have already finished that task. I just put the yellow one on for you to see, so that I actually didn't get to the post office on the Wednesday, so that was initially there. Saw it highlighted on Wednesday afternoon, went to the post office, took off the tag, and of course once the task is done I cross it off, and the beauty of crossing it off is I can still read the task quite easily. Sometimes I do tick on the side. You can see up there I tick on the side. These are more like dot points than check boxes, but once I know that, and it's good to see that those are starting to list down. So as my week went down and down and down and down, I could just see that I got all those tasks done. Now on Friday, so I'm filming this on a Saturday, on Friday there was a Mother's Day stall at my children's school, so I actually went to that, and I then will now cross that off. I didn't get to that bill, so then that has gone down to here, and you'll see, you can't see it now, but it's under there, and so then I would transfer that across. But I just left these on just so that you can get an idea of visually how it looks for me. Now I don't throw these out unless they've got a lot of ink on them. I usually then move them over to the next week, and if I haven't quite got anything, I might just leave them up the top there to wait until I need to use them. So I try to recycle as best I can. So that's my weekly organising. On the other side, more of the tasks that I have to do. Now all of these tasks I'm quite okay for you to have a look at. It's not top secret things. Again, I would highlight things that I need to do. So today I need to do these two things, and that's catching my attention there. Once the task is done, I tick it, very similar to Ryder Carroll's bullet journal system, and cross it off. But I can still read it there for back referencing. So I keep going down, and what I found is with this system, I usually do not need to go to the entire length of this page. Very rarely have I have an overflow. I can do that. I just use a post-it note, and this is my shopping list. And also on my task I've actually got that card, so I've actually highlighted that there. When I go shopping, that comes off. I've got that on my wallet or just in front of me, so I can take that away. I don't need to open my book there. Once all those are done, I just pull it off, and that's it. So I've got some space. Now on my weekends I do a bit more organising, so this will probably fill up to about here, and that's how I organise it. Once the task is done, I move it. Occasionally, if I don't get something done, I will do the arrow across, which will mean that it will go to the next week, and that's done only when I do write it into the next week, and occasionally those things do happen like that. So that's really how I plan my day. On busy days, or on holidays when I've got a huge list of tasks, I'll just show you this. I won't open it too much, but you can see I've created a separate list of things to do, and then I go through and I stick them on the side like that with a bit of washi tape, and then when I've got more time, more flexible time, during my day on the holidays, then I will work through that as well and remove it. As you can see, that holiday time there, I didn't need to remove it because there are still some things that I need to transfer and do at a later date. So that's really how I organise my Moleskine diary in my Filofax Pocket Ochre ringless binder. So again, thank you for the emails and questions about that. I hope that helps. Any other questions, just email me or leave them in the comments space below. And thanks for watching, and I'll see you in another Filofax video.